It would amaze you to know that crops are sown in a definitive pattern. Yes, you heard me right. They aren't just sowed in vast fields with absolutely no planning. Farmers have now realized the value of planning the cultivation of crops. What does planning mean when it comes to crop cultivation? What plans can the farmer make for his land? He addresses questions like which crop is best suited for his soil type, or a crop which will give him the best yield in a short span of time. He may also look at the quality of the seeds and their resistance to diseases and pests. Apart from these questions, what else does a farmer plan? Well, he tries to get the maximum yield from his small piece of land. How can he get the best yield? Can he grow multiple crops in a year? Yes, he can. There are various types of cropping patterns that a farmer can employ. Let us look at a few of them in detail in this video. The first cropping pattern is called as mixed cropping. What does this cropping pattern entail? For a start, it requires the seeds of two different crop varieties. In this pattern of cropping, we can have a farmer planting two types of crops in the same piece of land. Wait, did I just say two crops in the same piece of land? Yes. You may now wonder whether the two crops may compete for the nutrients in the soil. You may also think of the damage one crop may do to the other. But this is not the case. The two crops are chosen in such a manner that one does not interfere in the growth of the other. For instance, if wheat and gram are grown together in the same field, the nutrients that wheat depends on will be different from those of gram. This ensures that the failure of one crop doesn't take the toll on the farmer. There always is a backup, and if both do well, then the farmer is assured of double benefits. This is precisely what mixed cropping is all about. The next cropping pattern is called intercropping. Can you take a guess as to how this cropping pattern works? What does the prefix inter mean? In simple words, it means in between. But what does it mean when it comes to the pattern of planting crops? When crops are planted in alternate rows in the same field, we call this technique as intercropping. Once again, care is taken to ensure that the requirements of the two crops are different. Now we come to the last type of cropping pattern. This is called as crop rotation. I am sure the term is self-explanatory. Only one type of crop is grown in the field at a time. However, once the crop has been harvested, a different crop is then planted in the same field. This process is repeated several times. We call this a pre-plant succession. When the plants are growing, it is important to have the land irrigated so that moisture is retained in the soil. It is also necessary to add sufficient nutrients to the soil to help plant growth. Do you know why do we have to take all these measures? This will take us to our next topic. It looks at the idea of crop protection. Crops cannot just grow. They need to be protected against various things that might threaten their growth. We will look at that in detail in our coming videos.